I got a package! Yay! And I'm so excited about this one because this is from a company that I have been wanting to try for so long now, and I finally got the guts to contact them and ask if I can, you know, do a video for them and they can send me some products. They've just been too expensive for me to buy on my own. I can't wait for you guys to see what's in here, and I can't wait to try them out. So let's just go ahead and open it. Woo! Packaging paper! Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready. Ta-da! So you guys may or may not have heard about this company, but this is Chameleon Colors. These are pens that can go from being a really dark color to a really light color in the same pen. So you don't need like multiple pens, like for example with Copic markers you need multiple markers that are either dark or light, and then you can mix them together. But for these, each pen has that capability. So these are Chameleon color tones, that's what they're called. It says they create stunning effects such as 3D, smooth transitions, highlighting, shading, graduations, and blending all in one pen. They're professional quality, they're refillable, they have replacement nibs, non-toxic, low odor, compatible with all other alcohol-based inks. And in this set we have 22 pens, including a blender. So I'm going to go ahead and open this and try these out for you guys. Let's find the English part. Oh, found it. They have a little QR code where you can scan to see the pens in action. They make this pretty easy to read as well. So I'm just going to briefly go through this and try to like teach myself real quick how to use these pens before I actually use them. Okay, so I've read the whole little instruction guide, and I've wrote some notes for myself that I will share with you guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and open these now. So in this pack I have all these different colors of pens, and there are 20 different colors. Over here I have the detail pen and the colorless blender pen. I'm sure many of you know what a colorless blender is, especially if you use Copic markers, Prismacolor pencils, or anything. It basically just blends out the color. It has a bullet nib and a brush nib, as all the pens do. They all have a bullet and brush nib. What's in here is the toning medium, which is used in these pens, and I'll go over that in a second. You can use this to overlay or lighten colors or blend colors. You can push the color back in the lines as a sort of eraser with this, and you can even use this over colors to add texture and patterns, and I will go over all of those in a bit. The detail pen is just what it sounds like. It's a pen for details, and it has different size nibs. It has the bigger size, the smaller size, and they say that this pen will not smear as you use the Chameleon pens over it. It will also work with other alcoholic inks. Alright, so they say the best paper to use is cardstock or illustration board so the markers won't bleed through. I'm going to use this watercolor paper, and this is from Canson, and I'm using the back side so it's smoother. I'm just going to use this to test out the pens. So here we go. This right here, I believe, this is the mixing chamber. When you're not using it, but you're using the pens, keep the cap on it so it won't dry out. But in order to use this, and this is what helps the pens go from light to dark. Hold it over the nib that you're going to use, and you don't have to click it shut, it just has to make contact with the nib. And the toning medium will infuse into the nib because you're holding it vertically, so gravity is pulling it down. I'm going to try it on the paper now. This is pretty awesome, and this right here is a little mistake I made. This is where it started being super light, and then it went all the way to being dark. Okay, so I'm going to try this again. I'm going to use a different color. Let's use red this time. I'm actually going to do the brush nib So I've brought it to where they're just barely touching and I can see the ink going into the nib. This is legit so cool, guys. I'm loving these pens. This is so much fun. So you can see how smooth that transition is. And it's really rich color, super pigmented. So just a quick little side note, they do say when you're blending it, it's best not to take the nib off of the paper. It could leave a little like seam in the color, and you can go back in and blend that seam out, but if you don't take it off the paper in the first place, then you won't have to do that. So anyways, these are a few examples of the colors. Now let me see if I can play around with the colorless blender some. So it says you can leave like little patterns in the color. So I'm gonna try to leave just a simple like little checkered pattern. That's pretty cool. This is really cool. I've never thought about doing that, so I'm glad they suggested it. I played around with the markers a little bit more, and then I decided to swatch them to see what each of the individual colors looked like. Here are all the color swatches, all 20 of them. I made a little mistake here. As you can see, they all have a pretty smooth transition. They have super vibrant, beautiful colors, and I'm super excited to try to do a picture with these pens, and that is what I'm going to do next. So this is a drawing of one of my lovely Instagram followers, and for most of my reviews I do plan to continue this trend. This is the second follower drawing that I've done for an art supply review. The first one was for my Arteza pencil review. If you want to possibly get a follower drawing from me for one of my review videos, just go follow me on Instagram and keep an eye out for my announcements on that. I will be doing more. So for the first part of this drawing, I did not use the full capabilities of the marker, but then for the highlight of her hair, I did lighten the tone by using the mixing chamber, as you saw before in the video. I also used complementary colors, so green and red are complementary colors, and they cancel each other out, and it makes for good shadows. So if you want to shade red or if you want to shade green, just use the opposite color. Then I used some pink and purple just to give the hair a little bit more variety of colors and to help the shading a little bit. I also added some yellow to the highlights. I'll be honest, I could have probably used these colors so much better to their full potential. I didn't find myself to be very good at keeping the transition from light to dark smooth, and I think I just really need more practice with these markers before I'm able to do that more expertly. I tried to do the purple there a little bit, but it just ended up really splotchy and it didn't work out too well. But I've seen many people who are able to make the markers do what they're supposed to do, so I think it's really just a me issue. They have lots of teaching videos on their website, and I'm sure you can find some on YouTube, so if you're looking up how to use the markers better, then I definitely suggest go watching the videos they put out. My overall impression of these pens was that they are good pens. They have really beautiful, saturated, rich pigmented colors. It's a really cool concept to go from a light tone to a dark tone in the same pen. My only problem is that it was very hard for me to adjust to that or to figure out how to make the transition go smoothly. I actually did some other pictures with these pens for another video that I actually sent to Chameleon Pens, and I'll show you those pictures. They were big pictures, and so I had a lot of paper to cover, and it was really hard to keep the color transition smooth on that big piece of paper, so I had to improvise in some areas. But I do plan to continue using and practicing with these pens. I think it really just takes practice, and I think they're so cool, and I'm so glad that Chameleon sent them to me, so thank you so much to Chameleon Pens. If you guys liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button and comment below. And if you are new to my channel and you would like to see more art videos like these or art vlogs, then hit that subscribe button and I will be back next week with another art video and another vlog. Have a great day, guys! By the way, everybody, don't forget to support me on Patreon. If you like my art and you would like to support me to continue to make videos like this and to continue to make artwork, click on my link in the description and go check out my Patreon page. And also don't forget to check out my shops, like my Etsy shop, my Threadless shop. All the links to those are also in the description.